Hey everybody, Kyle Goat here from GoatFromReviews.com and the Goat From Reviews YouTube channel, and I've got my quick reaction to the new Damien Chazelle film, Babylon. And it's hard to have a quick reaction when the movie is 3 hours and 10 minutes long, but I'll do my best. So there's a lot of people that hate this movie and a lot of people that love this movie, and I find myself more in the center. I think the movie is good. I think it's good. I think it's got some glaring issues, but I liked more of it than I disliked. It is a film that has, I think, 4 lead character storylines all going on at once, kind of intersecting and interweaving through about a 10-year period. And Chazelle definitely made a film that's very different from his other movies. I think the narrative is probably about 40 minutes too long. I don't think you needed to have a movie that stretched over 3 hours and 10 minutes. I don't think you needed that. I think this film could have come in at about 2.5 and been a lot stronger. Brad Pitt is incredible. Especially the scenes where he's playing a bad actor or playing an actor who's out of his element now, because the film is about the loss of silent films and the invention of kind of talkies, and all the people that got big during the silent film revolution kind of disappearing into the ether. You know, their time in Hollywood has come to an end. So he's phenomenal in the movie. Margot Robbie is great as well. She's great in everything. I've been a fan of her since that Pan Am TV show that was on like a decade ago, and she's great in everything. I don't think this is going to be like one of those standout, give her an Oscar kind of roles, but I think she's very good in the movie. I don't know Diego Calva from anything, at least not that I can recall. I think he's pretty good too. He's kind of the us character. He's our character that we're getting into the film with. And then Jovan Adepo, who I believe was he in Overlord? Yeah, he was an Overlord, and he was also in the new version of The Stand that was on Paramount Plus. He's great as well. His is kind of like the smaller of the 4 characters, because his character kind of, it's more like in how he is, you know, interacted with by the other 3, but still he has a pretty cool arc in the film as well. The thing about it is, yeah, that it should have been a little bit shorter. I love the part, kind of like The Fabelmans, I love the parts of this movie that focused on the magic of the films and focused on the film business. And then the parts that kind of delved away from that, I felt like they kind of just lost focus a little bit. And that's kind of, it's interesting that it's got kind of a similar kind of familiarity with me with The Fabelmans, where like there's things I really loved about the movie, and there's things where it's like, I feel like you could have trimmed this, moved that, done this, done that. But overall, I enjoyed the film quite a bit. I particularly liked how Chazelle is kind of giving you this it's basically Boogie Nights for the silent era. In a lot of ways, I kept thinking about how the film has so much in common with Boogie Nights, even just the structure of when certain elements came into play, including a third act like insanity moment. I think, yeah, the parts about it that were really the best were the ones that delved into the Hollywood life of the time period and the film business of the time period. It has an extension, it has a ridiculously large cast in the film. People that like have couple lines of dialogue that are major stars that just pop in for like a scene or two, and that was kind of fun. But yeah, the movie is just, it's too long. I think that second act drags a lot, but the thing is, you'd probably have to cut elements from the first act and the third act as well, because the second act, I think if you shortened it too much, it almost would feel like you're moving too fast. So I think the movie just needs an overall like beginning, middle, and end trim of about 10 to 15 minutes from each act, and I think you'd have a much stronger, much faster paced, whippier kind of a movie. Overall, I still liked it. I didn't like it as much as Whiplash. I didn't like it as much as La La Land. I didn't like it as much as First Man, but I did like the movie. So let me know your thoughts on Babylon down below. Are you one of the people that hates this movie? Are you one of the people that loves this movie? I'll tell you right now, it is not a good sign for a movie that opened at $3 million on a $90 million budget. Less than a week since it came out, for me to be the only person in the theater seeing it. That was a bit of a shock. So let me know when you do finally see Babylon, what you thought of it down below, and what's your favorite Damien Chazelle film. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you comment down below with that, and go ahead and like and subscribe. Those are things that you can do to help support my channel, and you never miss new episodes of the show as they drop. You can also find GoatFromReviews.com for my written reviews. Find Goat From Reviews on Facebook. You can follow me at Almighty Goatman on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. You can also find my show, Kyle and Nick on Film, that I co-host with Nick Blodchuk from the St. Paul Filmcast. We're covering Babylon soon, so go ahead and check that out. The link's down in the description for that. And you can also find a link down there for the Minnesota Film Critics Alliance, which I am a member of, and see all the many other film reviews from other film nerds like myself over there. So go ahead and check all that stuff out, and we'll see you next time.